Welcome to the Riot Podcast Wednesday edition. Well, anything you guys like to add? Because that's all I've got.
Well, I was thinking, I'm not sure if you put it in here, but we played a special game at the end of the show today.
Yeah, that's
and
in
let's
there.
just say I've never been so happy. And I can't wait to go finish mine. So we do an apple pie roulette for McDonald's this morning, which is just like a nice bonus snack today.
Yeah, there were winners and then there was a loser.
Well, don't give it away.
There it was.
Don't give it away.
So that'll be at the latter part of this podcast.
Yes, that's coming up.
We talked about that. We also talked about how your phone is actually a dangerous item. And I've had this happening before.
Do you have the divot?
So I don't know if I have the divot, but like whenever like I hold it like with my pinky or whatever, and like there's times where I feel like, you know, like something's like going on. You know, I don't know if it's my pinky's cramping up or like my wrist or something weird.
No, but see, do you see how it divots down? So touch your pinky. Touch your pinky right here. Like, look at my pinky. Do you see the...
Yeah.
In between, it's not as much on the other side, but you rest your phone on this part of your pinky.
Yeah, I see the little divot.
And, like, mine's permanently pushed in. I would say you could touch the finger, but I don't want it to be weird.
Yeah.
But you can feel it.
A little indentation on my pinky, but I don't think it's from the phone. I think that's just how mine is.
Yeah, well...
I think it might
it's just
be
a little
from
crooked.
my phone.
This is the phone.
Yes.
And so there's other things to recognize, like if you have certain pains, it might be related to your phone.
Yeah, you might need to take a break, take a little rest.
Yeah, we talk about that. We also talk about how if you're a naked sleeper, you may sleep better than all of us.
But then this other, someone was texting and said, but you're supposed to wear socks when you sleep at night because it's supposed to regulate your body temperature. So it actually keeps you cooler because otherwise your feet get so cold that it makes your body kind of like start hot, like getting hotter because it's trying to regulate your body temperature. So they say you should wear socks. So then I was like, are you supposed to be naked
That's
except
like
for
having
socks?
your thermostat in the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
and it heats the whole house
But
constantly.
it's true. So I don't know. Listen to it and then decide what works for you in the privacy of your own home.
I don't care what they say. I will not wear socks to bed.
Me either. There's
Too uncomfortable.
No chance. My mom always said when I was younger, she's like, if you're really cold, like when you're sleeping, like to put on socks because your feet will get so
But my feet get
cold.
Sweaty if I do that.
But it might be because like you're not wearing, like you're wearing too much on other parts of your body and your socks are really
So I need to
what's
get naked
cold.
and just wear socks.
Yeah, then you just need to regulate the whole thing.
If that's what you take
Nothing.
from this, guys, it just don't update me.
And then
Don't tell me.
we did that. And then this was actually a really relatable story because we talked about pooping during a marathon.
It's relatable to you?
And it's not relatable to me, but my roommate who just recently, a couple weeks ago, ran a half marathon, he said it went pretty well. Like the only thing that he said didn't go terribly, but it could have went really bad is I was running along and he said, and then all of a sudden this old man just came whipping in. He came whipping out of the porta-john that was on there, and he said he about took me out. He was like, I was running along, and all of a sudden he came sprinting out. He slammed the door open right in front of me. He was like, I had like dodge around him. He's like, but he came sprinting out of the gates.
He didn't want to lose too much time.
Exactly.
The bathroom.
Yeah, he wasn't messing around. So he's like, the only bad thing is I almost got taken out by an old man who had just finished using the restroom during that race.
Oh, my goodness.
In the story, the woman says she sets her personal record even while pooping her pants during the race.
Well, that's because she didn't stop to go to the bathroom.
I think this is a new training method I've got for marathon runners. In your training, include a bathroom stop.
That's a great idea.
So then your time will be artificially inflated, possibly on some trips. But then if you actually do have to go to the bathroom, it's already baked right in.
Well, I think it's hard. Like a lot of people, if your tummy hurts you, maybe it's nerves too.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine if you're running such a very important race. Like I could just tell that racers must just really have to go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're so anxious. Because even if you've practice and training, that's still a lot. But
and then you're clenching, so then it's going to slow you down.
Gosh, it's weird.
I think if you think really in our everyday lives, think about how much more productive we'd be if we just never had to use the restroom, if we just kind of like we're sitting here and just kind of went whenever we wanted.
Like if we just wore diapers?
If we just constantly soiled ourselves. Yeah, think about how much more productive. You wouldn't have to worry about going to the bathroom or taking bathroom breaks.
But everybody likes the little break.
I do love the break. I'm like, you know what? I kind of have to go.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well get up and get out of the office.
Might as well.
Stretch your legs.
Yeah, and fill up my water bottle. It's like my favorite part of the day. I'm like, man, my water bottle's empty again. Well, gotta head to the fridge, fill it up.
Think about how efficient Amazon workers are.
Yeah.
And we could all be
Yeah.
that efficient.
Or if you're a trucker, what's the word? The bombs.
Yeah,
You know,
the
like you
trucker
just do
bombs.
that because they're people who mow the side of the freeways hate it because they'll run over the soda bottles filled
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And it just explodes.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, that's enough
could
of
be
that
us.
talk.
Yeah, that was an interesting. That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something else that's not bathroom or gross related, though there's a few gross stories today.
Well, we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening. Have a good day.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Congratulations are in order for the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, did they win?
They won the World Series last night. I don't know.
It's over.
It's over. Baseball is done.
I didn't know that it was over.
That was it. They went in to Houston. I played on the road against the Astros last night to win the finishing game for the World Series. And so they win the series 4-2. That's their first World Series since 1995. I didn't realize they had already won before.
Sure.
But I don't know about you. I was very happy to see that the Braves, I don't really care about the Braves, but I was glad to see the Houston Astros lose.
Okay. I can never tell because he's always like, I don't really like them, but I really hate them.
Oh, no. Well, the Houston Astros.
Were they the ones that beat Boston?
They beat Boston, but more importantly, they cheated before. Do you remember they are the team that their manager, I don't know if he's still banned from baseball or if it was just temporary, but his name is A.J. Hinch. He got kicked out of baseball for at least a year because they were the team banging on trash cans. Do you remember?
I don't think I remember that.
Like a couple, two years ago. It was before the pandemic. But many of the players, almost all of the hitters are still the same hitters. What they were doing was stealing signs from the other teams. You know how the catcher, he'll like signal to the pitcher and the pitcher will say he'll like nod of which pitch he wants. So the Astros were recording those signs, deciphering them during the game. And then they would like bang on trash cans and do other stuff to signal to who was batting what pitch was coming.
Now, you just know more than I do when it comes to sports. So I want to let you know I haven't heard a thing about that.
You haven't heard
ever in my entire life. Do I think I ever read about that?
Well,
that's bad. I can tell. I understand what you're saying they were doing.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, when it happened,
cheaters don't win the World Series
exactly.
years later, so we're not going to
never
glorify
prosper.
what they were doing.
They never prosper, except when they won the World Series while they were doing it.
Oh.
And
never mind.
They did prosper then, but cheaters never prosper after they get caught.
And they definitely don't prosper twice.
Right. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Well, good for the Braves to teach them a lesson this second time around.
Yeah, right. It's good that we let them get all the way to the World Series, so it really would hurt more.
Yeah, you're right. It stings more, doesn't it?
Yeah, so good. But let's not, we shouldn't dwell on the past and dwell on the negative of a team cheating. Mm-hmm. We should dwell on the goodness of the Atlanta Braves winning a World Series. Isn't that nice for the city of Atlanta?
Who I bet cheated too, but
we just don't know about it.
I'm sure every team does something.
It is a little questionable because the Braves, halfway through the season, they were not any good. I mean, they were, they won about half their games halfway through the season. They really turned it on. But the other thing, their top player, his name is Ronald Acuna, he's been injured for most of the year, so he hasn't been playing. Yeah. So they did this all without their best player.
So how?
Yeah, right. Doesn't that make you wonder? You have to question. Yeah. Eyebrows are being raised.
Well, maybe the other players just stepped up, so I'm sure that's good. So congratulations to the Braves. It was 7-0, Game 6, so now they won the World Series.
Now we can completely focus on football and hockey.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, did you know it's possible to hold your phone wrong?
Oh, I bet. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you concerned that maybe you are holding it wrong?
I don't know, but can anybody else tell me if this happens to them? I hold my iPhone and in my pinky, do you ever get the divot in your skin?
Divot?
Yeah, it's like your skin gets pushed in right when you if you hold your phone like this,
I never hold my phone like that.
I know you guys are like, what? Like if I hold it to watch something, and I'm propping my phone up with my pinky, holding it on the side with my thumb, and the rest of my fingers are on the top. The weight of my phone pushes in my skin on my pinky, and it has like almost always a permanent divot.
Oh, I see what you're saying. In the side of your pinky.
Yeah, it pushes in right there in my skin. It's like, does anybody else have that?
I don't know. You know, it wouldn't surprise me, but maybe your phone is too heavy.
I think it is for the weight, like for my pinky.
Yeah.
Isaiah, if you're listening, have you ever had that? But
you need to do some pinky strengthening exercise.
Like, if you look at my pinky, do you see how it like and then it goes down and then up? So I don't know if I'm holding it wrong.
Slowly over time, eventually your pinky's gonna be like it's gonna be an L shape.
Yeah,
because of what you're doing.
It will absolutely. So I just have like a permanent divot. It just my skin goes in, and that's from the weight of my phone holding it.
It's funny you mentioned that because I don't know if you saw this tweet. It is from a few days ago. But it is gone far and wide on Twitter where it's somebody saying when you use your phone, stop using your pinky, they say as an anchor, which I don't know. Is that what you're doing?
That's absolutely what I'm doing.
You're using it as an anchor. It says it's destroying your wrist and aggravating your ulnar nerve, and they didn't add in, but also creating a divot in your pinky.
It's hurting. So the skin's pushed over.
That is, I don't.
That's me. That's
when I
totally
hold my
me.
phone to the side, I don't hold it like that.
Well,
I mean, I hold it in the same way, but I always tip it down so that the weight is on the back 3 fingers, not on my pinky.
Well, it might be my phone's a little larger, so it could be just the size. And then if I watch a lot of stuff on my phone, so I'm holding it.
Yeah,
my poor pinky.
Well, all this
There's
said,
a whole article on it.
There is that. Well, not only could holding it the way you do cause damage, and the whole idea was this is an article verifying that what the original tweet said is true. You can injure yourself from repeated use of your phone with your pinky as the anchor, but there's also myriad other ways you can hurt your hand, wrist, arms by holding your phone the wrong way repeatedly, or of course, with typing and how you use your keyboard and mouse as well.
I even drop my phone a lot on my face.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
That's not included in this.
Well, that's extra.
But it also feels like a hazard to your nose, your teeth, your eyes.
It can strain. I have a little scar right above my nose from one time when I dropped it really bad. You can have eye strain, neck pain, hands, wrist, and thumbs.
Yeah.
They verified that those problems they're treatable, but a lot of them are because we are just holding our phones.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say we're holding our phones wrong.
It's just we're holding them so much, right?
We're just holding them so much.
Constantly holding our phone. And they say, now granted, for almost all of the hand-related injuries, if you go see a doctor about it, their advice is just going to be you need to rest your hands. So stop using your phone. Like, I guess if you're always using your right hand for your phone and you start to notice that it's hurting, maybe switch to the left hand for a week or two and give it a break.
I sometimes have a divot on that pinky too.
You're ambidextrous when it comes to phone use.
I will hold the phone on, depending on which side I'm laying down.
Well, if you want your divots to heal, you might just have to take a break completely.
Yeah, I need to get a stand or something. A
stand might work, a pop socket.
Well, I know that we don't see like it really being a huge problem right now, but they're saying just down the road, it can be pretty bad and if you don't feel well with your arms and your shoulders and your neck and stuff, it's probably from your phone.
Texting thumb, tendinitis, arthritis, carpal tunnel, cubital tunnel. You could have so many issues you don't even realize it's just from looking at TikTok.
And the pinky problem.
Yes, the pinky, that one not included.
Hudson,
but
how
also,
can my pinky swear? I mean, my pinkies are just wrecked.
Should I get the Kaiser Permanente doctors to consult with you?
Yes.
To verify that the pinky thing is also an issue?
Yes, I want to let them know that I, too, have the pinky problem where I hold and prop my phone up with it, and it goes in now. It's not straight.
Why don't you just do a viral tweet about it?
Well, that does feel like work.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. RadioU.
We need to discuss the new trailer for the next movie in the Spider-Verse. That is Morbius. It's coming out in January of 2022. The second trailer just dropped with Jared Leto starring as Morbius himself, the titular character. And well, what do we think of it, guys? We all just watched it.
Good morning, Isaiah.
Good morning,
Hello.
everybody.
I hate to bring you in just for this.
It's okay.
He's our Marvel movie expert.
I would not call myself a Marvel movie expert. I watch the Marvel movies. That's about all I do.
That's all you need to do.
I'm a normal person. But
Some people don't even do that, and they're still experts.
That's all it takes to get accredited when
Exactly.
it comes to this show.
I think it looks fine. I don't think it looks amazing or anything. Yeah.
Fine.
Now, wait,
you think it looks great or something?
No, he said he doesn't think it looks amazing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're saying like just fine, but it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look great or anything. I'm not going to run to the movie theaters to see it. It looks a lot like Venom. Venom doesn't do anything for me. This doesn't really do all that much for me.
It's in the same universe setting.
It's got all the
in
Spider-Man
fact,
ones are.
People are getting excited because he makes a Venom joke. So referencing Venom, and there's also, spoiler alert, a appearance from Michael Keaton, the Vulture from the Spider-Man movie. So that's tying it all together to where they may be setting it up. I think they call it the Sinister Six, where it's a bunch of Spider-Man 6, to be exact, Spider-Man villains that get together and fight Spider-Man together.
I love that. How many in the Sinister Six?
Yeah. Just to be clear. So some are saying that's exciting.
Yeah.
But if to be exciting, the movie would have to look good.
There's something
it does
off
not
on it.
Look good.
I don't know. It feels like it's the speed or something, but it's the lighting, it's everything.
Maybe we have motion smoothing on this. We watched it on the big TV in here.
It has to be.
Maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
It's not the movie's fault.
If it looks like that on the product that you guys are watching, I think we need to watch on another monitor because it was all off.
Yeah.
And so I think that this monitor we watched it on did not help it at all. But it also just didn't feel like convinced that anybody who was delivering their lines were excited or passionate about Morbius, including Jared Leto. It seemed like, what are you getting paid for this?
Yeah.
So I didn't feel the passion or the excitement like with a lot of other Marvel trailers.
You're on with the acting didn't seem great. The
line delivery.
Yeah, right. Just
the jokes.
Even the Venom joke, like it didn't seem well written. And the effects are weird, don't you think?
But again, that could be how we were watching it.
Could be, but I don't know. I just think I think it looks weird and not great. Although I am, I guess you could say, morbidly curious because I do want to. I do want to.
You're Morbius curious.
Yeah, I'm Morbius curious because I want to see what happens. But I'm not anticipating that it'll be good, which is, as Isaiah mentioned, very similar to the way I felt about Venom, and I haven't seen either of the Venom movies still to
Morbius,
this day.
It's been pushed quite a few times.
Yeah.
So now
they were delaying this one before it was cool to delay movies.
So this one, it's something, so let me know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think if you watched the Morbius trailer?
Anyone out there that is super fired up for the Morbius movie?
New favorite character. Here he is.
So the first time on screen, it is Morbius. And Jared Leto, an interesting choice for him because he usually seems to do like really
more artistic stuff.
Yeah. When he did the Joker, it was like, but that's what the real method actors do to cut their chops.
Well,
for him, now he moved on from that, and now he's doing Morbius. Yeah,
he's older. He's got things.
Looking for work.
Yeah.
Next
to be voicing animated cartoons.
Garfield.
So that's the next step. I know. Maybe he lost out the role to Chris Pratt.
He might be Odie.
Oh my gosh.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know this. There's been a lot of hullabaloo about the supply chain situation we're dealing with right now. It's not good. And part of the issue, a large part of the issue is cargo ships are coming into ports. Leave it to 2021 to teach us about cargo ships. You know what I never thought of before 2021? Cargo ships.
I know, but it's like really weird how it does affect everything. We're so spoiled with everything just gets delivered. You never realize that cargo ships are a problem getting off the boat, the boat to the truck, the truck to the store.
And you see stuff that says made in China, everything that say made in China or made somewhere else, and it doesn't cross your mind of, hey, how does it get from China to here?
That's what we needed to learn.
It just comes in the
when we were
mail.
younger.
It just comes in the mail.
It does.
They just mail it.
But it's bad, and everybody's blaming everybody for what's called the supply chain crisis.
Yeah. So again, one of the issues right now is at ports where cargo ships can come in and unload all of their cargo. I guess there's not enough. I don't know if it's a labor thing or whatever, but they can't unload they're not that they can't. They're not unloading all of the ships that come in. And so you'll have ships just parked there, docked, just waiting to be unloaded, but they will wait days and days and who knows how long before all of that massive shipment of cargo is unloaded. And you know who's seizing on the opportunity of ships just sitting in the port with no one taking care of them?
Aggressive moms and dads who need the things off the boat.
Well, I don't know. Some might imagine that.
That's the threat that we're hearing for everybody of like, no Christmas presents for you.
Yeah.
So like, is it my mom? Is she going out there to get my stuff?
Hey, we're going to get you a Christmas one way or another.
Parents.
I don't care which ships we have to hijack.
They'll do whatever it takes to get you what you need for Christmas.
That's right. Well, in this case, I don't necessarily think it's parents. It is just thieves in general.
Oh, are they hopping on the boats and stealing the stuff?
They're going and grabbing, they're especially targeting electronics off of the cargo ships, where I don't really understand the logistics of that, because have you seen shipping containers? They're really big.
Yeah, and you have to usually have a lot of equipment to get them out and
you
open.
You need a crane or something, right?
Well, okay, listen, but maybe we can hire these people to get this stuff off the boats.
That's right. Well, that's what I figure. If anybody that's sitting at the port that maybe is, some kind of whatever, that they have some kind of authority. Some might say a port authority. They see They see the thieves coming and stealing the cargo, and they're like, hey, at least somebody's taking it.
I know, just get it off the boat.
Clear it out of the way. Come on, we got more stuff to get through.
Well, I work in our ordering department for our RadioU merch.
Yeah.
And so we have a new shirt coming and a few other goodies for you guys.
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you how hard it is to get anything done because of the shipping container crisis.
Uh-huh.
So basically, this stuff is sitting on these ships.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is the companies on the shore basically almost have to pay a ransom to get in position to get their stuff off the boats before other companies.
Uh-huh.
So you'll have like a Nike, or you have this company or that, and they have to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in almost a bribe to get
to push
their
theirs
merchandise
to the front of the line.
Exactly.
Because if not, they just have to wait so long to just go in order.
Other companies like Costco and I forget, maybe Walmart, but a few other larger companies, they've now just hired their own boats. So then they can take their boats and they don't have to pay. The price they were paying to get their stuff off the boats is almost the same as renting the boat.
Oh, wow.
And that way they can get their stuff ahead of time instead of it just sitting out there. And now thieves are just hopping on to take whatever they want.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's hard.
Yeah. And here we are just landlocked.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it.
Nothing.
No, we don't have a crane. We're just waiting for our shirts.
No, but if you don't hear Hudson and I for a few days soon, they're like, wow, why did they go to the docks? What are they doing? I promise to come back with anything you guys need.
Sure.
So just send me a list.
If we're going to make a trip anyways.
We might as well grab everybody's stuff they need.
Yeah, and if you need some Christmas stuff, maybe just if you're trying to get that new iPhone or something, swing on down to the port.
Well, it's frustrating because everybody blames everybody else.
Yeah.
So the cargo ships are saying, no, we have plenty of people. The people to get them off the ships are like, no, we got a lot. What's the problem? Everybody just keeps saying there's not a problem in their spot. But then when you take a step back, every section of that delivery service has a real issue right now.
Right. And when everybody else is to blame, the only thing you can do is take matters into your own hands.
And get on the boat yourself and get your own stuff.
That's right.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So did you guys see last night the college football playoff rankings were unveiled?
Yes.
This is the first time for this season that the College Football Playoff Selection Committee has unveiled the rankings. And I don't know, Isaiah, Isaiah, Nikki, one of you or both, why don't you just share how you guys feel about them?
Well, what's the rankings?
Okay, number 1 is Georgia.
Okay.
Number 2, Alabama. I'll go through the top 10. 3, Michigan State. 4, Oregon. 5, Ohio State. 6, Cincinnati. 7, Michigan. 8, Oklahoma. 9, Wake Forest. 10, Notre Dame.
I think it it feels pretty good.
You
doesn't
like
it?
Yeah.
I mean, do we like anything?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it is not exactly what I was expecting, but nothing on here is like, oh my gosh, this is so wrong. Like, I told Cincinnati, if you guys wanted to be in the top 4, you're going to have to play better. You didn't beat bad teams by a lot, so you're going to drop to 6. Oklahoma, deservingly, is sitting at number 8. I think the playoff committee did it by who they think the best teams are, not exactly who's the most deserving or who's won them, like won all their games and stuff. Because obviously Oklahoma and a lot of other years will be considered in the top 4 because they're undefeated and they're in a Power 5 conference, but they've been playing terrible, so they're behind Michigan and Cincinnati and Ohio State and a lot of other teams that maybe have lost a game or haven't looked or maybe looked a little bit better than they have.
So is there one team in the top 10 you think should not be in there?
I don't know. I think the only team would be Notre Dame. I don't think Notre Dame should be in the top 10 considering the only...
they squeaked in.
Yeah, they were number 10. They've only played one ranked team. It was Cincinnati, and they lost.
So is there someone out of the top 10, Hudson, that you think should be in?
I don't know. You know what? After you get past 10, I don't even care.
It doesn't
even matter. They're not going to make it.
Yes.
But I'll tell you, I'm upset about the top 10. And I'll tell you why. And I don't know how. The elephant in the room that everybody's ignoring. We're talking about the best teams, right? That Isaiah, you just said.
Yeah.
We're ranking the best teams. You know what the best teams do? They win. You know what Alabama didn't do? Win against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
How can you put Alabama number 2 and they've lost a game, unlike Michigan State, unlike Cincinnati, unlike Oklahoma, unlike Wake Forest? Michigan, are they better? Would I pick them over Oklahoma? Probably not. But are they more deserving than Oklahoma to be ahead of Oklahoma? Michigan just lost. Oklahoma at least hasn't lost.
But they would win, though. They would win. Michigan would beat Oklahoma.
You can't live your life that way.
It's the best teams. It's not the most deserving or who's done what. It's the best teams. That's what it is every year. That's why Alabama's ranked 2 is because they think they're better than these teams, even though they did lose.
But they haven't shown that they're better by winning games.
They always pick them, though. Even it's just a thing.
Yeah, it's Alabama. They're always at the top.
There.
So we can't let them get away with that.
Hudson, do you want me to schedule a meeting with the people that pick this stuff?
Yes.
It seems like you're very passionate about it.
I don't know what we're supposed to do, especially if you're a Cincinnati fan, if you're a Wake Forest fan, what are you supposed to... I know there's not a lot of them.
Win by more.
What are they...
You can't beat Navy by 7. They're 1-5. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't care if you're undefeated.
You got to beat them by more than 7. They can only beat the people they play. But Alabama doesn't even win their games.
You got to look more impressive.
Well, I will say, out of everything, this article that we were reading from, whoever wrote it hates Georgia because they picked the most unflattering picture.
I know.
Player number 99. So I feel like that's a troll thing. Like they hate this team.
Maybe
they are number 1.
Maybe there's just no good pictures of him.
No, there has to be.
No.
There's got to be at least one better than that. Like maybe at least
photogenic.
a straight face, like a tough angle.
I tell you what, guys, if you don't mind texting at 877 to RadioU, either pick Hudson or Isaiah. Isaiah seems more okay with the top 10, but it feels like Hudson, you have a lot more.
Hudson is upset.
I just don't know how I'm supposed to watch college football the rest of the year when it's okay to lose and you're still one of the best.
Well, Haskell just texted it, says money talks, Alabama.
There you go, sir.
The one thing Alabama can hang their hat on.
Yeah, they get more money.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough to watch, isn't it?
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
And Nikki, I'm not asking you to reveal how you sleep, but I do want to relay to you that if you were to sleep naked, it may improve your quality of sleep.
I don't, but okay, let's hear the argument for that.
It's not a very thick one, at least at the moment, but I do have some stats from a new survey that has come out, conducted by one poll, where they say that people that sleep naked are more likely to report a high quality of sleep as opposed to those who sleep with pajamas or clothes on.
Well, why do they say?
They don't. There's
no reason?
There's not really reasoning. They just say, so of the people they surveyed, 53% of people who slept naked reported having high quality sleep.
Dude, they need to give me some info behind that.
Only 27% of people who sleep with pajamas on reported having a high quality of sleep.
But the poll looked at American nighttime habits, and they said it's just not uncommon for every responder with it to have a poor night's rest anyways.
Yeah.
So it's,
only half and half of people who sleep naked are having a good night's sleep. So.
I don't know. I can't guarantee that the pajamas is what's really
That's what's holding you back.
I think it's still the lack of me falling asleep at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and that doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Yeah, well, I also feel that, okay, if you're one of the people who sleeps naked and you have a high quality sleep, that's great. But I think if you try to sleep naked and you're not having a high quality of sleep, you're really not having, you know what I mean? Like
just awkward.
The floor, the bottom of the barrel of how bad it could be if you're naked in bed and you're not falling asleep, it feels like that could be worse for some reason.
Sure. They say that the average person, everyone seems to struggle to fall asleep about, they say 3 nights per week. Not every night. It takes the average person 26 minutes to fall asleep after you're laying down. And the average person responding to this would get about 6 hours and 23 minutes of rest during a typical night's sleep, which is close to what we get. Like that's better than the people that are like 8-9 hours of sleep.
That's what we always hear, that 8 is like the healthy amount, right? For an adult.
They say like 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah, and I always felt that was it feels good if you can get 8 hours of sleep.
But who can?
But whoever can, even on the weekends when you can sleep in, I never get 8 hours of sleep, I don't feel.
No, on the weekends I just stay up later.
Yeah.
Just do that.
So that's what I was going to ask you though. You say you like the people reported having trouble falling asleep 3 nights per week. Do you report having trouble falling asleep, or do you report having trouble going to bed?
I think I probably bounce back and forth every other day between just I'm either having a hard time falling asleep. Like on Monday night, I couldn't sleep. I went to bed at like 3 in the morning and I get up at 4:45.
Oh, wow.
That's a real deficit.
Yeah.
Right there. That's a real bad one. So I think it just goes, or I'll just wake up during the night and that just keeps you from having a restful sleep.
Yeah, that's more my issue.
So they
as
say
we mentioned,
that what's keeping you from sleeping well is either your pajamas or worrying about personal stuff. That's 45%. Some are too hot. So I guess maybe if you are naked, that's 35%. Cool off. Dealing with insomnia, 32%. Not feeling tired is 32%. And worrying about work is 30%. So that's the top factors of what's keeping you from getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
What we are saying is if you are having trouble getting to sleep, maybe it's as simple as going naked. It might be.
Yeah, guys.
I'm going to give it a shot. I don't have trouble falling asleep, but I have trouble staying asleep. Maybe if I was naked, for some reason, that wouldn't be an issue. Maybe my clothes are waking me up.
Why don't you check back in and let us know? Give it a week or so. You need to have a few nights.
A little scientific study of myself.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
The several stories that come out every so often about runners that are out and they'll find a nice spot to pop a squat.
Yeah, I've heard. I watched this guy on TikTok who was explaining, like, if you're doing a marathon or like a triathlon, you know, like what happens if you have to go to the bathroom, if you're riding a bike. Swimming isn't the question, but it was mostly just, riding the bike and what happens if you're running a race. Yeah. What do you do if you don't feel good?
And what was his answer?
Well, it covered some various ways that they just,
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm not going to explain.
You're not going to go into it. I don't even want to know. But we've seen people where they're running, it's in their morning routine, and so they'll just find a spot in the park or whatever, somebody's yard. You never know, and they'll just go if you need to go because you're running. What are you nowhere near a bathroom? You gotta you just gotta go. You can't hold it.
Well, sometimes you just should. But if you're running a race, especially like there's a lot of people around, I find that's different compared to if you're just in a park and there's not a lot.
Yeah.
What if you're a part of a race?
Well, I'll tell you what one woman did. She This was actually back in 2018, but she's just talking about it now. Her name is Tamara Torlikson, and she was running in the Mountains to Beach Marathon in California.
Intense.
And she was training really well. Everything was going great. She got into the race, and she was keeping track, running a personal best time.
Yeah.
She was going to set her own personal record if she could keep it up. But about halfway through the marathon, mile 13, disaster struck.
Everybody knows when it's like...
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it. And you know you're not going to make it another 13 miles without having to do something.
Oh,
but
she
for
got
her,
sick.
it sounds like it might not have even been, the emergency situation where it's urgent.
Yeah.
But it was just, you can't make it 13 miles without going. So she didn't want to stop and lose her record. So you know what she did?
Well, I don't think I have to guess.
She just went ahead and she said, I don't know. She just thought to herself, I don't know if it's possible to poop while you run.
Well, she did.
But I'm going to try it.
Well, did she get
sure enough.
Did she get her personal best?
She did. She ran with poop in her pants. 13 miles and made it to the finish line with a personal best time.
Well, that's good. I mean, I saw
she didn't even break stride.
I saw part of her story. Like she was saying she had it was postpartum stuff, and so this was really important for her to kind of bounce back and have a really good time.
Yeah.
So she wasn't afraid to do that. But I've also got lost on TikTok land where it's people at gas stations and for some reason always coming off an escalator where they'll just go and
Maybe
it's in a store.
It just loosens it up.
It just comes out their pant leg.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I don't understand.
I think this happens a lot.
I just can't imagine being a runner nearby her and you're running behind her and, maybe a few chunks just start rolling out the back of the legs and you're
I think, though, it
rolling
happens.
out of the shorts. Or were they compression shorts that kept it in like a bubble? You just saw it bulge.
That's awful. But
That's had to happen.
I think what it is, though, is if you're really a runner, if you're really into that, it must be so common that it doesn't faze anybody.
You think?
We're horrified, but I also don't run.
So you think I'm sure she's not the first person to just poop during a race and just keep going.
Well, sometimes when they do marathons, they say your legs give out towards the end. So people have trouble towards when they start wobbling.
Yeah,
that it can happen a lot of times then. But for her, at least she got her PR. That's good.
Yeah, it is good for her.
I would have ended the race, called Eric to pick me up, and just sat there until I could go to I couldn't even go to a porta potty. I'd be like, can you please take me home?
Yeah,
just take me home.
I think
with the race.
I can't believe how she did it because for me. If I was ever to poop my pants, I've thought about it. Either you have to be.
I don't want to know that you've thought about that.
Well, I've thought about it.
I don't know.
If it ever comes to it, it's either something that you have to prepare yourself so in advance for, as in where you're just I know if I'm in this situation and this comes up, I'm just going to do it. Or it has to be so unexpected that it just happens. There's not in between. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think
where
there's
you
an
just think about it. You
in-between,
think about it for a moment and you just decide I'm doing it. I don't think that happens. But that sounds like what happened to her. She just thought about it for a moment. It's it was a split second decision. I'm not going to lose my personal record.
I can't think
so
of
the
this.
alternative is just taking a big old dump right in my pants.
I think it happens more than people are fessing up to. But I don't want to think about it anymore.
Probably had a rash after that. Got to get some cream.
I think you just shut down, you just celebrate the victory you had and you don't think about what it took to get you to the victory.
I wonder when she got to the finish line if she was, people, maybe
just don't mention
her
it.
Family support system, they want to come hug her great job. And she's like, nope, stay back. Stay.
No, you get the blanket.
Stay away.
You get the shiny blanket.
Yeah.
You just tie it around
your waist.
Is that
smell proof?
Yeah, no one will know.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Has this ever happened to Isaiah or Nikki? Because it has not happened to me. Your car gets stolen? You ever had it carjacked?
Never.
No.
Happened to no, I guess it was broken into. I've had it broken into, but never stolen. But for this guy, he's in Queens, New York, and his car was carjacked where it actually was taken away.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, wait. Now taken away as in, was it repossessed?
No.
So it was stolen.
It was stolen. Somebody not only broke into his car, but drove it away, and he didn't know where it was. So here's what he did. Of course, you call the police, right?
Yeah.
But maybe it's might not just be a Queens thing, but it seems like it's totally a Queens thing that you don't know how long the police, like they might lollygag about it compared to other stuff going on.
Lollygag around.
That feels like maybe a...
Why don't you go tell the police officer?
Yeah.
Excuse
Stop
me,
lollygagging.
Sir, don't lollygag.
I know you have a lot of things going on, but
at certain times the police have different stuff they want to take care of,
Well,
and maybe
know,
your car isn't the highest priority.
If they're, depending on the department, like if it's a missing person, it has to be so long.
Right.
But like, is it a missing car? What do they do to try to find it?
Yeah. So this guy, he was concerned that they were going to lollygag and not go searching for his car. So he came up with what seemed like a genius plan at the time. He told them that his car was stolen with a 7-year-old special needs child inside.
Oh,
man.
And there wasn't any
There
line?
wasn't a special needs
He
child.
even said special needs.
I know he was
he
real.
did.
Oh man,
He went that far. So now the police, of course, put that as a high priority. There's a missing child
they
that
found
could
the
be in
car.
danger. And so they get right out there. They find the car. It was stolen by a 17-year-old. So they got him under arrest and everything. But then they're like looking for the kid. And of course, there's no kid to be found. The 17-year-old that stole the car said, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no kid in here. And they eventually did determine that it was all that the child part of it was all a hoax just to get the missing car
To find
put
his
to the front of the
Mustang.
line.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad because, the guy stole the car, but they're going to treat you differently.
Yes.
If you stole a car compared to if you stole a car with a child in it.
Yeah.
They're going to be a bit
big
more
difference.
aggressive
That's right.
with you. And so
Yeah.
they said there were helicopters. They just had a massive search.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
When the 17-year-old was apprehended, I bet they were a bit rough.
Yeah. They probably,
Yeah.
Figure out where this child was. So he's been charged with filing a false police report.
Yeah.
I don't know what that gets him or if he just has to pay or
Yeah,
what.
it feels like more of a fine or community service situation maybe than actual jail time, but who knows? But
Well, maybe the guy thinks it's worth it, though, because he got his car
that's
back.
right. You know?
It says that it came with a fine, but it's not clear if the cover for the bill will actually happen. So,
So that's a
Who
great
knows?
point. I know it goes on your criminal record, but to get your car back as opposed, you know what? I bet
you're gonna
you
get it back either way.
I bet you.
Well, no, but are you going to get it back in pieces?
You
Yeah,
don't
but-
know how long it will take, when, and you know what? I think the fine is probably definitely less than buying a new car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe he actually made the right
Based
choice.
on-
I don't know. I think you'll get your car back either way. Like if your car gets stolen, it doesn't matter if you get it back in an hour, if you get it back in a day, because your car got
It
stolen
does.
anyway.
First
It
What's
does.
the difference?
How are you going
Isaiah,
to get to work?
Do you know
What do you
how
mean
hard
your
it
car
is?
got stolen? You say, hey, guess what? My car got stolen. Won't be at work tomorrow. Sounds like a great excuse.
Okay, that doesn't work. Do you know how hard it is to get a rental car now?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work well. And it's your car.
It's your
so-
car. It belongs to you.
So you guys are
need
you
it.
guys are saying that it's okay to call the police and say my child is in the
Well,
vehicle. Oh, here we go. It's
I'm
changing.
saying-
It's changing.
I would call and say, Isaiah's in the car.
Yeah, you say there's some 23-year-old man in my vehicle. Apparently he's in there. I don't really know.
But I'm worried.
I'm worried
he
that
didn't
they have
steal
him.
it, but go save him. And I also think it depends on your car, because certain cars, if they're really if you have, they always say like the Honda ones and stuff.
Yeah.
That those are the first to just get chopped up.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
yeah.
someone steals your car, if it's one of those cars, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like you're not
Yeah.
going to get it back.
Right. So I'm not saying
And if you
I.
don't have insurance.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying I give this guy a free pass on this, but I guess I understand the cost benefit analysis that he might have gone through
Sure.
when he filed the report, and so that's understandable. The thing is, if everybody did this, it wouldn't work anymore. So
Yeah.
we can't have everybody. Don't take this as next time your car gets stolen, you should definitely do this.
No.
But it worked for this guy. He's got his
Well,
car again.
If someone ever steals my car, may it never happen. I'm going to say there's a basket full of puppies.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Inside, and the windows are rolled up.
The puppies.
Here-
You need to get
here's-
them.
Save them.
I've got another idea. A win-win situation. you just always keep a child in your car. Then if it does get stolen, you don't have to lie. There actually is a child.
There's a child in there.
There's a child in my car.
Okay.
He's in the trunk.
You need to be.
I keep him in there at all times.
I think you're going to get arrested then at that point. So Gary texted in and said if that car stayed gone, they'd have it torn into pieces.
Yeah.
The Riot Podcast.
Radio U.
This is why we can't get healthy. I
Yeah.
just want to let you guys know this.
Yes.
It's like everything's for the show and
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, you say it's for the show, and we say that to ourselves as if our bodies will understand, and they'll go, "Oh, okay, so
okay, yeah.
we won't add the fat
we
content of this.
we won't count these calories.
Yeah, these won't be on your thighs for a lifetime."
Well, it's almost like we do it for you guys because
Yeah.
we love you so much. But tomorrow we're doing a after show lunch, which you guys can hang out, grab some food, and eat with us. We're going to be Isaiah and I have never tried the Mcrib, and it's back at McDonald's, and it looks awful.
Are you
Yeah,
guys?
that's what I'm
Sorry to
thinking. I'm like,
try that.
ugh.
Are either of you going to order it as it comes, or do you have to customize it?
No, I think we just have to order it as it is.
I don't even know what that means. Like,
I think it has
Uh,
peppers on it.
No. It comes with
Oh.
white onions, like sliced up onions,
Yeah.
and pickles.
Oh, it's pickles?
Yeah,
oh, I
pickles.
always thought it was like green peppers.
No,
I thought it was
think
just
it's pickles.
I thought it was just the meat.
Well, that's how I get it. I don't like onions or pickles
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
way
get
either,
it with
so.
this. The
no, you're ordering it how they want you to have
that's
it.
so odd, Nikki,
How
because I'm the one who's
McDonald's-
gonna go get it. So
Order it how McDonald's himself intended.
So that's tomorrow. So this morning, Eric was like, we're also like Hudson trying to not eat out as much. And so that means this morning he's like, yeah, I'm going to McDonald's. So he got for us, they're supposed to still have, it's like the last ones of the pumpkin and cream pies.
Yeah.
And so he got 3 pies, but they didn't mark any. And he's not confident. They said there's supposed to be 1 pumpkin and 2 apples. But we don't know. And
Which
there might
one is
actually
which?
not be any pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's basically just pick your apple pie and let's
Pie
see if
roulette.
anybody gets it.
Throw one over here, Isaiah. Oh,
Yeah.
you give me the
One.
first one.
Shouldn't we have shuffled them? Do you want to shuffle them around? Or
yeah, we can shuffle. You guys
No,
want
I'm-
to trade or?
Hot potato, real quick.
Wait.
Oh, can you smell it?
Not real. I just smell the pastry.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
And they're
go.
all in apple pie boxes.
Who's
So
having apple pies, guys?
this early.
Come on.
Actually, this is just what I needed. I was telling.
wait
Me
a
too.
minute.
I was hungry.
I have the pumpkin one.
Ah, this is rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. That was the closest one to her.
How can you tell?
I opened it up.
Ah.
Guys, they really wanted it.
Yay! Well,
Does
you.
anybody, you want to split
Oh
that
no!
half?
Look, I got
Okay.
the pumpkin too.
You did?
Ah.
What do you have?
Apple. It's okay.
Oh, yeah,
Do I
you-
have
it's
the
okay.
pumpkin?
It's okay. I would prefer the apple actually. Let me know how it is though.
Yeah.
Oh, the pumpkin's good. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm glad for you too, Hudson.
Ooh.
That's a really good
Ooh,
one.
I like this.
That's good.
Yeah, these aren't the reviews I was hoping for.
Sorry.
I was hoping you guys would be like, man, it's okay.
No, those are good. You
It
can have
tastes
a
like
bite.
Thanksgiving.
I like the cream part. It's like
yeah,
half
I
and
do.
half. One side's pumpkin, one side's cream. You could just eat the cream side. Do you want the pumpkin side?
You know what? I like the pumpkin side better.
Okay, great.
Really?
But I think they go well together too.
They do.
so.
Also, yay!
Yay!
That was the best game ever.
We
Yeah,
should do this
real
more
fun.
often.
That's wonderful. Like, which pumpkin pie are you getting? Well, thank you to Eric for bringing those.
Yeah,
thank you
thanks,
to
Eric.
the us who are now going to eat them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to finish this. How's your apple though?
Oh, fantastic. I mean,
Yeah?
it's like a staple. It's a classic, so you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it.
That is the thing they love to give you when they
When
failed
something
it
goes
When they
another
mess up
way.
your
Yeah.
order, when they take a really long
They'll
time.
make it up to you with an apple
well,
pie.
here's an apple pie.
And,
oh, thank you.
We are easily won over.
You're like,
by
just
that.
give me my money back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content,
Head to riot.radiou.com.